Good day, welcome to this video. This is a continuation of our fundamentals of digital marketing. We've completed modules 1 and modules 2. So we are moving on to module 3 in this video. Okay, this video is brought to you by Jobsbreed Digital Marketing Academy, and your tutor is Moses Alabi Isama. I am the founder and head of trainings at Jobsbreed Digital Marketing Academy. So let's get into it. Okay. So when you get to module 3, like we started before, start learning. Okay. View transcripts like we've been doing before. In this lesson, we'll introduce you to all the ways you can create an online presence, from websites and social media to local business listings and review sites. You can see just how important it is these days to be online. So let's get going. The most obvious way to go digital is with a website. We already know that. What most people are familiar with is for you to be on the internet, you need to have a website. But we've shown that you can also have a presence on the internet without necessarily having a website. You could use the Google My Business profile, you could use a Facebook page, an Instagram profile. Any website is very much more than online brochures that describe the who, what, and where. Okay, today's websites can do much more. Your site can help people do research, chat with experts, read customer reviews, watch videos, buy things, track orders, and much more. We've all seen different websites on the internet today with different capacities to do different things. So if you decide that a website makes sense for you, the key is to think about what your website actually needs to do in order to support your business goals. We've got a whole lesson coming up where we will talk about that in detail. But for now, don't worry about whatever today's shiny new technology is if it's not going to directly contribute to your goals. Of course, it's also possible to do business online without a website. If you own a bakery, for example, you want customers to be able to find you, website or not. Think about the last time you had a craving for a carrot cake. You probably searched for something like bakery near me and reviewed your options. That's the power of having a Google My Business profile. You might see a website for a local bakery, or you might discover a good option in local listings. Some businesses use local listings to create a digital presence using products like Google My Business and Bing Places for Business. These types of directories let businesses publish details like descriptions, reviews, maps, and images. These listings are usually free and are a good way to help your business appear on results pages when people search. Beyond local listings, there may be review sites for your specific type of business where people can leave feedback and you can respond. Rave reviews will give you the edge over the competition. That's one of the advantages of having a Google My Business profile. The more positive reviews you get, the more your rankings improve. You can also use social media as a digital presence. People all over the world use Facebook and Twitter pages to complement or in some cases replace a website. Another way you can reach customers online is through their mobile. You probably downloaded apps or games on your mobile phone. Apps can take advantages of a mobile device unique capabilities like GPS, mapping, and phone to connect with customers. If a customer installs your app on her mobile, the next time she's near your shop, the app might send her a special offer as due to GPS. With GPS, you can track people's location. So when they are close to your place of work or your company, the app can just send them an automatic notification that there's a special offer ongoing right now if you just stop by and look around. Apps could even let her place an order right then. So when she comes in, she can skip the queue, pick up her order, and pay by tapping her mobile against the till. Mobile apps are often used as loyalty tools to encourage existing frequent customers to come back and maybe get a free coffee with that carrot cake. So to recap, whether you use a website, local business listings, social media, mobile apps, or all of the above, the trick is to decide what you want customers to do, then create a home that accomplishes those goals. Together, these things work as your digital storefront, your space to interact with customers online. We've got lessons covering all of these areas, but for the next little while, we'll be focusing on websites. You'll learn the basics like how websites work, how to pick and register a proper domain name, and how to make whatever you decide to do online as friendly as possible to your digital visitors and support the goals of your business. And if you keep watching, we'll cover all of this and more. Okay, so we go, check your knowledge. Adi runs a local bakery. After getting the business up and running over the last 6 months, she's now ready to create a digital presence. What do you think Adi should set up first? A social media profile or a mobile app? Definitely a social media profile. It's not easy setting up a mobile app, but within 10 minutes, you can have your Facebook page up and running. Okay, so you select Facebook and you submit. Okay, that's right. We move to the next lesson. Okay, so we are moving on to lesson 2 under module 3. Continue with the same process, review transcript. Welcome to our lesson on how websites work. We'll run down the basics without getting too technical on web servers and domain names, what they do for you, and how to find what you need to get started. A website is your business home on the internet. It is where potential customers can come and learn about your business and what it has to offer. Let's say you decide to open a bakery in the real world. First, you'll have to rent a space to house it. A website is no different. Only you are not renting a space on a high street, you are renting a space on a server. Okay? There are loads of services out there that take care of this automatically. But here's a quick overview so that you can have an idea about what's happening behind the scenes. Okay, here comes a bit of technical information. A server is a computer connected to the internet with software that allows you to store or host the pieces of your website, the code, the images, the video clips, and anything else that makes up your site. It's called a server because it serves up the right content when requested. That is, when someone wants to view a page on your website. What it simply means is when you have your website, even though when you go to any website, once you type in the URL of the website, which is, for example, digitalmarketingforgraduates.com.ng, after some seconds, the website appears. Now, many things have gone on behind the scene that we don't need to know about. We just type in the URL, that is the domain name, and the domain name and the hosting come together and the website comes up on the internet. But there are many things that have gone on behind the scene. That's what they're trying to tell us, okay? There are many companies and services that will rent you space on a server and host your website. Let me give you an example of one company that I use. It's called qservers.net. Now, with this qservers.net, what it simply means is, for example, you want to have your website. The first thing you will need to do is check if your domain name is available. Okay, what it simply means is, let's say you own a catering business and the name of your catering business is JJ Catering. Okay, so you want to have your website to be JJ Catering Ibadan. Okay, you want your website to be jjcateringibadan.com.ng. Now, okay, let me do that again. jjcatering.com.ng. Okay, let's say this is the name of the domain name you want to use. Okay, so once I've done that, you do a search. Now, that jjcatering.com.ng is what is referred to as the domain name without the www or the https. The name without the https is called the domain name. Okay, so the first thing you will do is, first of all, go and check if that name is available. You see, it says, congratulations, this is the domain name. jjcateringibadan.com.ng is available. Okay, so that means your domain name is available. So the first thing you do whenever you want to build a website is, first of all, go and check if the domain name is available. Once the domain name is available, you buy the domain name and you buy the hosting. We will get into that when we get into the web design course. You will see how everything is done. I'm just trying to use this as an explanation. So you have to get your domain name and you get your hosting. So the domain name and the hosting are added together and your website can be found on the internet. Without the hosting, this domain name cannot appear on the internet. It's just like you having, you have the mind of building a house. Even you can't build a house without having a land to put it on. That land is called the hosting. That is where your domain name will be hosted. Okay, so let's get back to it. Okay, so there are many companies and services that will rent you space on a server and host your website. Just like a brick and mortar shop, you pay an ongoing hosting fee, which is like paying rent. Okay, you pay for the hosting company to host your company monthly or yearly, leaving them to take care of the technical aspects of running a server so you don't have to. Every single server in the world has its own address. This is called an IP address, which is short for Internet Protocol. All you need to know is it's a long string of numbers. That means any device connected to the internet can talk to the server and find it. Luckily, you don't need to understand what they are saying to each other. All you need to do is choose a nicer name to reference that numeric IP address, which brings us nicely to the second part of this session, the web address or domain name. Okay, we are seeing it as the domain name. We've selected a name, but the internet sees it as an IP address. Okay, your domain name is how potential customers will find you. The same way people will find your real world bakery by the sign above its door. Is the thing you type into the browser window to get to any website like www.google.co.uk or www.yourbusinessnamegoeshere.com. Okay, so let's take a minute to break it down. Everything after the www is actually what is known as the domain name, like I said before. It's the part that lets people find your website, so it's pretty important. Any device that searches for this address, a tablet, a smartphone, a laptop, is communicating with the server. The server then sends that device all the correct pieces it needs to display the website, things like images and code, so that whoever is on the other end of the device can view your pages. When someone types your web address into their browser, here's what basically happens. First, their browser figures out which server holds the content and heads over to that server. The browser then says, hey, would you mind giving me all the elements I need to show a person this web page? The server replies, sure, I'm sending along 5 images, 2 scripts, and a few additional files. Those are all the things you have uploaded on your site. Okay, the browser puts all the pieces together and the person sees your nicely formatted web page, and that's pretty much it, except they'll actually be talking in really confusing bits and bytes, not English. But that wouldn't make any sense to us. So the main thing is we don't see everything that goes on inside the server or whatever the hosting company is doing. We don't see all of that. All we are interested in is our domain name is hosted on a platform and it can be served to people whenever they type in our domain name on the internet. So to sum it up, deciding to build a website for your business starts with understanding how it works together. A server hosts your site and a domain name helps people to find it. That's all we are interested in knowing. Okay, so check your knowledge. Adi is investigating how to create business websites for her local bakery business. She's trying to get her head around how websites work. How good is your tech knowledge? Can you check the facts for Adi? Okay. An IP address is made up of a string of numbers that can be located by any device connected to the internet. That's true. A browser figures out where online content is hosted and displays it to the user. That's true. Every website is hosted on a server. That's true. When users navigate to a website, it's called hosting. No, it's not called hosting, it's called browsing. So that's false. Okay? So you submit that. Okay, that's right. We move on to the next lesson. Lesson 3 talks about key website ingredients. Okay, view transcript. In this lesson, we'll talk you through some crucial early decisions you will make about your website, choosing a website name and planning how your site is structured. The goal is making it easy for customers to find their way around and get what they want, because a happy customer equals a more successful business. First up, your domain name. I've already explained what a domain name is. That's what people will type into a web browser to find you. When choosing a domain name, you first need to check if the one you want is available. I've showed us how to do that. There can only be one tastybakery.com on the web, for example. And if someone has already claimed it, you won't be able to use it. So how do you know if the name you want is taken? Just do a search, like I've just shown you before. There should be a tool on the site that lets you see if someone is already using the name you want. And if they are, it may suggest another similar name that's available for you to use. For example, like the one we checked before, jjcaterinibadan.com.ng. If someone has taken that, I can just change the extension. I can change the extension. You can say .com.ng. I can change the extension. It's telling me that others are available. Okay, there's .ng. Okay, I can decide to use that if they've taken the one I'm really interested in. Okay, I can also use. Okay, it's also giving me suggestions. I can use .com. You see, there are other extensions that you can select as long as it's applicable to what you want to do. Now, If those extensions are not available or the ones that available are expensive or not related to your type of business, you can just change this, for example, to JJ Catering and check without the button. You can also change it to JJ Catering Online. That's basically what it entails. Okay. A good domain name is one that people can easily remember. Keep it as short, relevant, and as to the point as possible. I always advise my students that it's good when you're selecting a domain name to make sure that when someone sees that domain name, automatically they already know what your business entails. It doesn't make sense for people to see your domain name and they still don't understand what your business does, except you have a lot of money to spend. For example, apple.com. Apple is a fruit, but today Apple is synonymous with an ICT company. It's because they had a lot of money to promote it, to make it sink in the mind of people that Apple simply means an ICT company. Now, you starting out won't have that kind of money. So Google, for example, didn't mean anything until Google made it popular. Today, we know that Google means searching for something on the internet. So it's better you choose a name that is easy. Once people see the name, they automatically know what that business stands for. Okay. You may be able to get a variation of the name you want by choosing a different extension. Like I said before, you can change it from .com to .co.uk or .com.ng or .ng. You're probably familiar with the .com or .co.uk extensions, but you might find others that are available or a better fit. For example, non-profit organizations often use .org. What this also means is that although tastybakery.com may be taken, tastybakery.net may still be available. Okay, that's the name sorted. Let's have a look at some other common parts of a website like the home page. This is the first page people see. First page people see after they type in your domain name and get to your website. For example, if you type in digitalmarketingforgraduates.com.ng, the first page that shows up is called the home page. The first page that shows up when you type in the domain name of a website is called the home page. Okay. A home page also directs visitors to other pages of your website through what we call navigation. The navigation is simply the menu. Okay. Let me show you an example here. For example, you type in digitalmarketingforgraduates.com.ng. The first page you see, like I said before, is called your home page. Okay. It's loading. Okay. Most times you will have it written there, home. Okay. So this is the home page. Now, all these other things here are what we refer to as navigation or menu. That means from here, you can access other pages that are related to this website. Okay, so we have the home and the navigation. Sometimes some organizations will put the navigation on the right hand side here. Sometimes they will put it on the left hand side here. It doesn't matter. All you just need to know is that the first page that people see when they visit your website is called your home page. Okay, you see it doesn't have any slash anything. So it could have slash any other thing. While you're building your website, you will see the importance of all these other platforms. Okay, now, so the first page people see when they visit your website is called your home page. And I said all the other parts are called menu or navigation. Now, one important thing that has been done in the web design industry is that people expect that when they go to other parts of your website, for example, like click on course content on our website, people expect that when they see your logo, they expect that your logo, anytime they click on your logo, automatically it should take them back to the home page. For example, if I click on our logo here, it will take you back automatically to the home page. You will learn how all that is done. People just believe that, okay, anytime I'm on a site and I'm navigating through that site, I must be able to go back to the home page easily. Okay, that's why that has been set like a standard in the web design industry. Okay, so how you organize the site is very important. So start by thinking about the websites you visit regularly and how they are organized. Now, decide what kind of content you want to offer and then group it together in ways that make sense. Incidentally, many website building tools offer business website templates that can help you get started. One easy place to start, the pages and sections you see on most websites, things like the about and contact pages. Your website contact page might include your address, your phone number, email, and a map with directions. You'll see how all that is done. Because your website on the contact page is supposed to have a map, and that map will be provided for you by the Google My Business platform. You will learn how you can link your Google My Business platform and the website you are building together. The about page might tell the story of your business and include photos of some of your best work. There's no right or wrong way to organize a site, but you'll always want to put yourself in your visitor's shoe. What is he or she looking for? What are they trying to accomplish on the website? You must make it easy for people to find the information they are looking for on your website without being stressed. Because if people don't see what they're looking for on your website easily, they will just navigate and go to other places. That means you've lost that customer. Okay. The about page might tell the story of your business and include photos of some of your best work. Okay, so you must know what your customer is trying to accomplish. Now, you want to set things up so it's easy for customers to find the information they need, like the bakery's working hours or complete important goals like submitting an online order. So let's check out what you see on the pages themselves. First, you'll notice those navigation signposts like the about and contact headings. They should appear on every page of your site so that people can always get to where they want to go or back to where they have been. They're saying your navigation or the menu should appear on every page so that people can easily go back to the home page or go to other pages that they want to navigate to. Of course, there will also be words or text, the headlines, the paragraphs, bulleted lists, and you might also have things like images and video. Text and images can also be set up to link to other pages on the internet when they are clicked. These are known as hyperlinks. Hyperlink simply means a link that you put on a word or a phrase on your website, and once people click on it, it can lead them to another website or a page within your website. You will learn how to do all that when you are learning how to build websites. Many websites also invite customers to interact with features like forms to submit questions, maps with turn-by-turn directions to your store, or shopping baskets to buy products directly. Your website, which is your digital storefront, is a great opportunity to connect with customers. Choosing the right domain name, organizing the site logically, and including nifty features can help your visitors find exactly what they are looking for when they are looking for it. Okay, so check your knowledge. Adi owns the Need to Know Bakery and has decided to open a website. The name of her bakery is Need to Know. That's it, Need to Know Bakery. But first, she needs to choose a domain name. Take a look at her ideas and select the best domain name by crossing off the rest. Okay, so we have been given 5 options. So which one do you think she should use based on all the explanations I've made? Now, don't forget, I said the most important thing in a domain name is that it must not be too long, but it must also be able to reflect what that business is about. So with that, we can't use this. We can't use this. No, no. This is the best. Need to know. That's the name of the business. The bakery lets us know that it's a bakery. So that's the one we will select. That's right. Great work. We move to the next lesson. That means we are moving to lesson 4 in module 6. In module 3, sorry. So you are making progress. So you have a long way to go. 26 modules. Okay. It's time to take a look at meeting your customers in the middle. That is how your website can unite your visitors' wants with your business needs. We'll walk through how to think like a customer and design your website accordingly, all without losing sight of your own goals. So you are starting to design your site. As you do this, keep your goals in mind, but also consider what your visitors are looking for. Marrying what you want to do on your site and what they want to do is the secret to success. Here's an example. Think of the last time you went to a website looking for a phone number. Maybe you wanted to ring a shop to ask a question or get directions. Was the number easy to find? If you are a business, be sure to put your phone number in a very visible location, maybe even highlight it on every page of your site. You might even consider adding some text encouraging visitors to call now and make your contact page easy to find in case that's their first stop. Also, it's a good idea to allow mobile users viewing your site to call you with just one click. So back to our local bakery. Let's say you want more locals to visit the shop. Meanwhile, your customers want to know how to find you when they are craving some fresh bakeries, including maps on your website along with specific directions can make you both happy. All those things are automated things done for you by Google My Business Code that you will learn how to put on your website. Okay, so what other things might visitors be looking for on your site? Prices, special offers, certifications to show you are qualified to provide the service. By making sure all of these things are easily available, you match your business goals with your visitors' needs. And if you're interested in learning how to measure what your visitors are doing on your site with analytics, check out our lessons on that topic. Now let's talk about content or the actual words on your pages. The words you use should be so much more than just a sales pitch. In most cases, you want to avoid technical jargon and chest beating about how great you are. Instead, explain how you can meet the needs of your customer or solve a problem they have by framing it in terms of what you can do to help visitors. Your content will be much more engaging, not to mention more helpful. To achieve this, write in a tone that is confident but not intimidating. Unless your audience is made up of astrophysicists, explain concepts in everyday language. That means make the content on your site easy to understand. You don't need to talk too much using terminologies that you use in your own industry. All you want is for people to be able to relate to your website and to convert them into paying clients. Tell a story to help connect with your visitors. Things like testimonials or videos telling satisfied customers whose problem you solve, or letting people write reviews about your products and services directly on your site can really help. Remember, every second counts. People won't be on your website for long and they may scan words quickly or not at all. But images, headlines, and clear navigation can help them find exactly what they are looking for before they move on. Design and build your website with your business goals and your visitors' desires in mind, and it will have a much better chance of success. Okay? Adi is drafting a description for the About Us page of our bakery website. Which do you think works best? She's drafting a description for our bakery business. Okay. Need to know bakery, the About Us page. So which one do you think she should use? Okay. We have two. Okay. We have three options. Love cake. Love cake. So do we. Here at Need to Know Bakery, we have a passion and reputation for creating the most delicious cookies, cakes, and bread. Our business is driven by our vision and objective to commit to sustainable local produce that engages with and builds community spirit. That's a lot of story. We are the best bakers in town, just like that. No, that's not good enough. This is the one you will go with. It tells us that the bakery business, it tells you what they do. So that's the one we will select. Just drag it there. Just drag it there. Okay, that's it. Submit. Move to lesson 5. Okay, view transcript. Welcome to our lesson on website usability. That's digital speak for making it easy for visitors to find what they are looking for and accomplish what they want. We'll go over the best ways to improve usability, from how to provide simple and clear navigation to the importance of a consistent layout. We'll also explain how your writing can make your site more effective. First, let's look at navigation, the stuff that guides visitors around your site. I've already explained that. Good navigation means arranging your site in a way that makes sense for your visitor. If you have a physical shop like a bakery, think of how your goods are grouped there. Big items like cakes and pies might be in one area, while individual treats like croissants and cupcakes are in another. On your site, you can organize things the same way and have the main menu navigation tell visitors what they find in each section, like signs in your shop. In spite of all this, your site may not make perfect sense to everyone. That's why including a search box might be a good idea, especially if your site adds lots of pages of products. But the search box in the same place, put the search box in the same place on every page of your site. So it's easy to find, and visitors who are in a rush will always be able to find it and whatever they are looking for. One last thing to consider about navigation. When people visit any site on the web, they expect things to work a certain way. Say you are browsing a site and you want to get back to the home page, what do? You click on the logo. That's what I explained before. This is something visitors will expect and it's common to nearly every website. So be sure your logo is clearly displayed on every page and that a click on it takes them to the home page. Okay. Now let's talk about style and the way a site looks and feels. Everyone has their own taste, but there are some general guidelines to follow. First, consider your page outline. It should be consistent across your site with similar fonts, images, and other design elements. When it comes to color, you may be inclined to go bold to grab attention, but online, most people are used to reading dark text on a light background. You've worked out to create your content. Make sure your visitors' eyes don't cross when they try to read it. What they're saying is make sure that the background you are using to explain the content on your site must match. The color must align with the text so that people don't have to be squeezing their eyes before they see what you've written. Okay. You also need to be conscious of where on the page your content ends up. Don't make people scroll down too far to see the important stuff. Use headers and bulleted lists to help them quickly scan your pages and decide if it's worth their time to stay. And don't forget, write for your audience. Are they a highly technical bunch? Then jargon is okay. Otherwise, write for the everyday man. Another tip, encourage visitors to take an action while visiting your site. This is called call to action, and it can help them understand what to do next. Do you want them to pick up the telephone? Tell them to call now. Hoping they'll pay you a visit, point them to get directions to a store, or nudge them to make a purchase with a buy now. So let's review. When you are creating a site, try your best to make it easy to use. Give visitors a clear roadmap to your site pages, keep design consistent throughout, write content that speaks their language, and give them the experience that they are looking for. Okay? You are making progress. Check your knowledge. Addy wants to make our website easy to navigate. Which of the following features should Addy include on every page of our website? Okay, the about us information, no, that can be on every page of the website. The search field, yes, should be on every page of the website. Bakery logo leading to the home page, yes, and the side menu. Those are supposed to be on every page of the website. Okay, we move to lesson 6. That's the final lesson for this module. So step by step, we are making progress. Okay, your transcript again. You've heard the expression, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Well, it holds true online too. This lesson can help you avoid common mistakes in your website design that can drive visitors away. We'll cover how to make sure your pages load fast, make your site mobile friendly, general accessibility, and the quality of your content. First, you need speed. Internet users aren't famous for patience, and if your pages take too long to load, they'll leave. There are a lot of technical things that you or whoever builds your website can do to speed things up, like choosing the right technologies and hosting solutions, but there are also some simple fixes. If you have images on your websites, use the smallest ones that you need. Ditch large, high-resolution files if they're only going to appear as thumbnails. Plenty of software programs can resize or compress images to make them smaller, and this translates to faster loading time. All these things are things you will learn how to do when we are building website in the web design video, okay? Because if your website takes long to load, you also would have experienced it. If you visit a website and it's just rolling, especially with the data issues we have in Nigeria, people will leave that site. So you need to make sure that the images you use on your page are not heavy images. Simplify your design. Generally, the more you limit what your visitors' browsers have to download and reuse, the faster pages will load. Use the same background image across many pages and ask whoever is building your site to be efficient with code and scripts. If you want to test how you are doing, try opening the site on your mobile. When we are doing search engine optimization and content marketing, we'll be talking more about some sites that you can use to determine the speed of your site. It's an important part of SEO because if your site doesn't load quickly, the bounce rate of your site will be high. Bounce rate simply means something that occurs as soon as people come to your site, because your site is taking long to load, they leave your site. That's the bounce rate. The more people do that, your bounce rate will be very high. And the more your bounce rate is high, the more Google will keep pushing you down in Google ranking. Okay. Next, make sure your website is easy to use on a mobile. More and more people are using their smartphones as their primary device for browsing the web. And if your site is difficult to use on these devices, you'll potentially lose customers. The easiest way to have a mobile-friendly website is to build it that way from the start, using an approach like responsive design, which automatically detects the type of screen being used and displays the site accordingly. Doing things like stacking text and photos vertically on a smartphone being held upright. If you want to get a sense for whether your site is mobile-friendly, try Google's mobile-friendly test tool. We'll be using that as we move on. Keep in mind things like swiping or tapping, which are unique to touchscreens. Be sure the components of your website respond properly to this kind of inputs. Use widely recognized icons, and making content clear and well organized will help visitors using smaller screens to find what they need. Next, make it easy to find your address and phone number. Many devices are equipped with GPS and mapping features, which can help visitors on the go. And of course, when accessing your site from a mobile, it should be easy for visitors to give you a ring. You'll also want to remember that people will be viewing your site on different browsers like Chrome or Firefox, and different browsers like Windows or Mac. Do a test run from as many computers, devices, and browsers as you can. Does your site look right in every case? Are you prompted to download plugins? That's an extra step that may send visitors away. Lastly, remember that your website is not just for selling, it's for solving problems. Imagine you are a visitor. Ask yourself, why am I here? What am I trying to do? What problem am I trying to solve? For example, if you own a bakery that makes custom cakes, someone is probably visiting your site because they need one. You could write pages about your decorating style and inspirations, but a testimonial and photos from a real-life customer might be a better bet. So those are some common mistakes that trip up many websites. To avoid them, make sure your pages load quickly and look and behave properly, no matter what device and browser a visitor uses. And think of your customers when you create content. Answer their needs, and you have the best chance of bringing them in. Okay, so check your knowledge again. To make the homepage of your local bakery website interesting, Adi wants to add some media elements to it. Different elements will cause the page to take longer to load, so she needs to get the right mix for the site. Can you put the following elements in order from the ones with the longest load time to the shortest? Okay, the one with the longest load time to the shortest. Okay, definitely the shortest will be text descriptions. So which one do you think will be the one with the biggest load or longest load time? Okay, this one. Large eye resolution, yes. 20, yeah, that should be the next thing. Low resolution, Twitter button. Okay, so we want to arrange this from the one that has the longest load time to the shortest load time. So we've just done that. 2 minute HD advertising video for the bakery is the heaviest, followed by large eye resolution, full screen background. Definitely video will be heavier than this, followed by 20-second explainer animation, then low resolution, then the Twitter button, then text description. Okay, hopefully that's correct. Okay, that's right. Great work. So we go to topic assessment for module 3. It says, which of the following statements is true when it comes to developing a web presence for a business? Customers can learn about a business by downloading a mobile app, but they can't place an order. That's not true. Building a new website requires a large budget. No. It says, which of the following statement is true? Okay. Mobile apps, all businesses must have a website to sell products. Mobile apps enable your customers to purchase your products without being on your site. That's true. What is a web server? Okay. Dash is a shortcut to other pages on your site or elsewhere on the web. Menu bar, the shortcut to other pages on your site or elsewhere on the web. That's hyperlink. Because they mentioned elsewhere on the web. Your menu won't take people to another place on the web. So definitely that has to be an hyperlink. Which of the following is something you probably want to exclude from your website? Prices, a lot of deep scientific information and detailed statistics, special offer certifications. Okay, you don't want to include this on your site. A lot of deep scientific information and detailed statistics. You don't need all that. So what you need is prices, special offer certifications to show you are qualified to provide the service. Which of the following is an example of a call to action on a website? A list of phone numbers customers can use to get in contact with you. A get directions to a store button, which when clicked, okay, that's a call to action button. An icon button that takes the customer to your social media account, no. A hotline that helps users complete their purchases, no. A call to action button is simply a button that when people click on it, it takes them to what exactly you want them to do. Okay, so that's a get direction. Okay. What should you consider when developing your website content? What your customers are looking for. Okay. Your latest promotions and discounts, no. Your brand values, no. Whether the content will go viral or not, no. What your customers are looking for. Let's submit that. Hopefully that's correct. We have 6 correct answers. Go. We have 6 correct answers. We move to the next topic. So we are moving to module 4. Okay, module 4 has how many lessons? That's 5 lessons under it. Let's see if we can squeeze that in. Okay, so we start from the first lesson. Start learning. Plan your online business strategy. That's what module 4 is about. Transcript. So you want to know more about online business strategy or perhaps improve your current strategy. In this lesson, we will explore how creating an online business strategy can have a positive impact, what a good strategy looks like, and common things you can implement to achieve your business goals. An online business strategy helps get all the ideas out of your head and into a usable format. This can help define objectives to work towards and increase your clarity and focus. Imagine you set a new fitness goal to become more flexible. Now, going for a 10-mile run may be great for your cardio, but it won't help you achieve that bendy yoga position you've got your eye on. In order to do that, you'll base your workout around key areas that will help you achieve your goal. In this case, becoming more flexible. Running may be a part of it, but stretching is more likely to help you succeed. Likewise, identifying actions tailored to your goals will provide you with a better understanding of how to meet your business needs. So where do you start? The first step is to clearly define your goals. Perhaps you'd like to increase sales by 20% or identify 100 potential customers. Setting goals will provide you with direction and a clear path to follow. Next up is articulating what your business stands for. This can be represented by a simple sentence, generally referred to as a mission statement. So it all starts with goals. What do I want to achieve with my business? What goals do I have? Do I have for the next 6 months, for the next 1 year? It is not a goal if you cannot measure it and it doesn't have a time frame. I want to have 100 customers. It's not a goal. But if you say I want to have 100 new customers within the next 6 months, that becomes a goal because it has a time frame and 100 customers can be measured. If you achieve 90 within 6 months, you know how far you've been to your goal or how far away you are from your goal. Okay. You also need to identify your USP, which is your unique selling proposition. This is what makes you stand out from your competition online. That is the thing that makes you different. Something that you offer that your competitors are not offering. Something that makes you completely different in the business space. Okay. Find out what makes you different by looking at businesses doing similar things and work out what sets you apart. For example, if customer service is what sets you apart from your competition, that is your USP. Understanding what you want to achieve can help you make the right decisions at the right time. Here are some typical goals and the strategies that can be used to address them. In case, if, let's say you want to increase sales, that's your goal. If your goal is to improve online sales, driving more traffic to your website can help. Traffic simply means visitors to your website. There are many ways to achieve this, from paid advertising to content marketing. You'll learn how to do all that. Next up, increase awareness of the business or brand. Social media is a popular way to increase brand awareness to both new and existing customers. It provides a platform to express your values, personality, and engage with your audience. Finally, grow your email marketing list. To encourage customers to sign up to email marketing, try clearly communicating what your audience can expect to receive, whether it is exclusive content or member-only updates. So how do these benefits stack up in real life? Let's take a look at Rachel's Kitchen, who used the strategy to maximize their impact online. If this lesson has got you thinking about your online business strategy, be sure to explore the additional resources at the end of this topic to learn more. Okay, so we check your knowledge. Sam has recently decided to launch an online fitness coaching service. He has registered a domain name and set up a website, but is unsure of how to launch his business online in a way that will help him grow sustainably. Help Sam create his online business strategy by selecting the correct steps he should take. What should his first step be? Okay, he must define his business goal. Sure, just click. What should his second step be? Write a mission statement. Yeah, that should be his second step. What should his third step be? Identify his USP. Submit. That's right. Next lesson. Okay, move to lesson 2, then module 4. View transcript. In this lesson, we'll look at the differences between online and offline customer behaviors. We'll also cover how audience segmentation can help you choose where to focus your digital efforts when moving online. So what are the key differences between a customer in a physical shop and a customer online? Imagine you just set a personal goal to improve your fitness and now need new running shoes. In the offline world, your journey might go a bit like this. You visit the local shopping center going from shop to shop. Ultimately, you make a decision based on price, quality, returns policy, friendliness of staff, and stock availability. You process all that information, head back to the store with the shoes you like best, and make the purchase. We all do this all the time. When it comes to online purchasing, you are likely to engage in 4 distinct stages through your online shopping journey. These principles are described in the See, Think, Do, Care framework and offer a useful way to identify where a business should invest effort in connecting with customers. So let's take a look at our shoe shopping example while highlighting these 4 stages. That is the See, the Think, the Do, and the Care stage. In the See stage, you notice that some of your friends have taken up running and are posting maps of their favorite routes on their social media account. This inspires you to start running yourself. That's the awareness stage. The C stage is actually the awareness stage. In the think stage, you get your phone and type what are the best running shoes for beginners. That's when you start doing the evaluation slash consideration. That's part of what we talked about in the marketing funnel. This introduces you to a whole lot of content online, from blog articles to targeted ads, giving you more factors to base your decision on. Eventually, you make your purchase, which makes up the do stage. That is, you take action and perhaps post a photo on social media. This last step of sharing your purchase is part of the care stage. That is when you now become a loyal customer. You now start promoting the business. Keep in mind that customers don't necessarily experience all four stages every time. Your individual journey might begin at the think stage or end at the do stage. Now, let's combine offline and online activities together. Imagine you are in the sports shop having just tried on the new running shoes. You get out your phone and search for them online, perhaps checking if they are cheaper elsewhere. The chances you might buy online after visiting a physical store, an approach called showrooming. Understanding the differences and similarities between online and offline shopping can help you create a more balanced online customer experience. So how can you identify where to focus your efforts online? To choose the right channels, find out who you are talking to. That's where we talk of customer avatar. You need to know your ideal audience, when you should talk to them and what you should talk about. This is called audience segmentation. You can segment customers in many ways, from basic demographics like age and gender to specific interests. For example, segmenting customers by location may benefit an e-commerce store if certain products are only available to ship to specific areas. Segmentation can also help with your online advertising, as most channels allow you to target paid advertising to specific audiences. We can do all that using Facebook advertising, for example. Okay, segmentation can also help with your online advertising, as most channels allow you to target paid advertising to specific audiences based on information like what an audience likes or dislikes. You can also make your ads appear only to people within a certain radius of your shop or business, which can be handy when offering promotions to local shoppers. To wrap it up, when it comes to taking a business online, think about the customers and put yourself in their shoes. Which channels do they use most? How do you engage differently with them online and offline? Okay, check your knowledge. Omar owns a store selling handmade cosmetics and wants to launch an e-commerce site. He has lots of experience selling his products in person at markets, but is now hoping to reach more customers online. Can you advise Omar on how to make both his online and offline business successful? He should duplicate focusing on du- he should focus on duplicating a successful online offline marketing efforts to an online presence first. Just because something works offline doesn't mean it will work online. You need to develop a different strategy for your online business. So that's false. Okay. He should sell at a cheaper price on the website to attract more customers. False. He should identify his various offline and online audiences and how best to engage them. That's true. He should consider paid online advertising as the sole means of promoting his business online. That's false. Submit. That's right. Great. Move to the next lesson. So we're moving to lesson 3 under module 4. I'm making progress. New transcript. Customers are the key to success, which is why understanding and nurturing them is so important. In this lesson, we'll look at the importance of customer touch points, how to use them to map the customer journey, to map the journey customers take online, as well as how improving the customer experience can help you achieve your goals. So how can you make a customer's experience better? Let's start by explaining customer touch points. All this simply means the process that people go through before they eventually buy things. They are referred to as touch points. Okay. A touch point is any stage when a customer or potential customer comes into contact with a business. Touch points are used a lot in offline business, particularly in retail. They can be receipts, the bag, signage, customer service counters, and many other points along the way. Online, they can be a valuable way for businesses to build brand loyalty and trust. When a customer encounters a touch point multiple times, such as online ads, this provides consistent value and creates ongoing positive associations with a brand. Don't forget, the more people see a brand, they see you online, they hear about you on radio, they see you on TV, it creates multiple touch points for them along the way before they eventually buy from you, because they all eventually end up trusting your business and see you as a reliable business. While people don't all look and think the same way, the way they buy things and the touch points they interact with have many similarities. To understand online user behavior, you need to establish what those touch points are and where they take place. To identify them, try mapping the journey a customer takes. Once you know the steps they take to get to you, you can plan how to impress them at every stage. Imagine a marathon. Once you know the route, you can plan in strategic points to rest, drink, or top up your energy levels. The purchase journey is the same. Knowing the route gives you an understanding of exactly how you need to strategize your online approach because there are so many potential interaction points. Figuring out the journey may seem overwhelming at first. To make it easier, try putting yourself in the customer's shoes. Ask yourself, where do I go when I need answers? Where do I normally spot new brands or businesses? What helps me make a purchase decision? And do I see a brand again after I've made the purchase? Another option is to ask customers directly about the route they took to find you. A simple face to face or online survey can break this journey down step by step, making it clearer and easier to visualize. Once you understand the route a customer takes, it's all about making sure the relevant touch points chosen are effective in drawing people in. If you have a website, does it tell a potential customer what they want to know? Why keep existing customers interested? The more value a site has to someone, the more likely it is they will want to return to it. Social media is another great tool to develop touch points and can help give a business character and a personal feel. Remember, your customers are real people, so connect with them in a way that is relatable and engaging. Once your touch points are set up, remember to regularly review how they are performing. For example, if your product or service is suddenly becoming popular with a new audience like teens, you may need to make adjustments to your touch point so that they can resonate directly with that age group. To wrap up, here are some quick reminders to help you work on your own touch points. Think about the journey you take as a customer when you buy something and apply this information to your business scenario. If you can, talk to customers to get real world information on the touch points they encounter. Analyze touch points performance and optimize your message if required so that the customer's needs always come first. Ollie owns a dance studio. To improve sales of dance classes, she is reviewing how her marketing team could update the company's online presence. As part of the rebrand, the team listened to customer feedback and mapped customer journeys. They identified two things online customers generally struggled with navigating the website and finding the business contact info. Which of the brand's touch points should Ollie modify to help address her customers' feedback? Okay, so which one should she modify? Website layout, definitely. Let's go to the question. Ollie owns a dance studio. To improve sales of dance classes, she is reviewing how her marketing team could update the company's online presence. As part of the rebrand, the team listened to customer feedbacks and mapped customer journeys. They identified two things online customers generally struggle with navigating the website and finding the business contact information. Okay, those are the two things they struggle with. To navigate the website, definitely you need to look at the website's layout and finding the business contact information. If they're already your customer, that means you should have them on your email list so you can send them the appropriate business contact info. So those are the two things you should work on. Okay, that's right. We move to the next lesson, lesson 4. Okay, lesson 4 is how to stand out from the competition. Okay, view transcript. We have one more lesson after this. Healthy competition keeps us on our toes and increases our drive for success. In this lesson, we will explore how to identify what makes a business stand out online, why you should be checking out your competitors, and what tools can help you get ahead of the game. So let's start with this question. What makes you stand out? What makes you different from a competitor? Imagine you own a basketball gear shop. What should make your brand distinct compared to other sports shops selling basketball equipment? Maybe your shop's exterior is painted in bright red, or you have an eye-catching window display, or perhaps you've even hired someone to shoot some hoops outside to grab people's attention as they walk by. As a physical store, you need to stand out. The same is true in digital. When we identify what makes us different from the competition online, we call that a USP. A unique selling point is a clear statement that describes the benefits you offer, how you might solve your customers' needs, and what distinguishes you from the competition. Four key questions to ask yourself when defining your USP. Who is my target audience? Who are my competitors? What problems does my target audience have and how can I solve them? Once you ask these questions, you can piece together a concise statement that incorporates the answers. Here are a few pointers to remember. Speak in a human voice. Be as natural and relatable as you can. And remember, you are trying to attract people, not robots. Shout about it. Your USP should be displayed on your website, your social media, and other marketing materials. A good USP won't appeal to everyone, but that's okay. Build a USP that is tailored and speaks directly to your target audience. Under the customer avatar video, we already explained all this because your audience have a need or a problem that only your business can solve, or at least you have something unique that makes the way you solve that problem different from the competitor. Other things to consider while working on your USP are your strengths and weaknesses. To do this, use a SWOT analysis, which will help ensure business decisions are well informed. SWOT stands for your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and strengths. Ask yourself, what is it that we are good at? That is your strength. What can we do better? Those are your weaknesses. How can we grow, change, and improve? These are your opportunities. What is happening or could happen both internally and externally that might affect us negatively? Those are the threats. While constructing your USP, it's a good idea to check what the competition is up to. When starting a competitor analysis, make sure to utilize the free tools available online. Start with search engines, which can offer the most immediate answers. Simply search for your key terms and make note of who appears in the top results on search engines for your product or service. Which keywords appear on their website? That is, what words are they using in the page titles on their website and what messaging they use on their social media. Another way to stay up to date with what competitors are doing is through signing up to alert systems. Free tools like Google Alerts show you who is talking about certain topics online, so they help you keep your finger on the pulse. Try setting up alerts for key products or services as well as your own business and competitor names. You will then receive notifications when the terms you enter are discussed online and be able to see how your business or the business you work for compares. So let's take a look at how these tips can be applied to help you stand out. So what makes you different online? Use the tips from this lesson to find out what your competition is doing and use a SWOT analysis to identify what makes you stand out. You'll be doing something on Google Alert later in the course. Check your knowledge. Bobby owns a protein shake company which has been trading for 3 years. Our products are stocked in a number of gyms, but the company has not seen much growth in recent months. Bobby would now like to break into the online market to boost product sales. Which of the following actions should Bobby take to identify opportunities for online business growth? Hire a financial planner, not necessary. Identify a USP. Build a SWOT analysis. Review competitor websites. Okay, that should be three correct answers. You submit, we move to the last lesson for this module. Okay, so view transcript again. In this lesson, we'll cover how setting and tracking specific goals can help you understand and improve business performance. You'll also learn about key performance indicators and how this can be used to evaluate the effectiveness of processes most important to achieving your goals. Let's dive in. Key performance indicators are quantifiable measurements used to focus attention on the metrics most important to meet your business goals. They are also useful in helping a team understand how progress will be tracked and measured. There are many ways to construct KPIs, but they should all be measurable, practical, achievable, and provide direction. So, what does a KPI look like in the real world? Meet Ryan. He owns a chain of fitness centers called Fit Gym. He needs to make sure that he has enough customers to keep the business growing. To do this, Ryan wants to sign up at least 50 new members per gym a month. This would be his goal. To help achieve this goal, Ryan now needs to set KPIs that will measure the efforts his staff make towards meeting this target. Here are the KPIs Ryan has identified for his staff's sale based for his sales staff based on actions that can help improve membership sign-up rate. The sales team should reach out to 20 prospective customers per day. That's the target she's giving them. Respond to online queries on social media and email within 15 minutes of receiving them during working hours, and renew or upsell 8 existing gym memberships per month. Analyzing results against these APIs will accurately assess which employees meet the expected standard and help identify who needs additional sales training. When you consider your business or the business you work for, remember that a KPI can be anything that gets you closer to achieving your goal. From sales calls to posts on social media, email list sign-ups to customer satisfaction ratings, make sure you choose the KPI that best fits your needs. So how do you know what your KPI should be and how do you measure them? KPI should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time. That's smart. By creating them this way, you can ensure that they will be clear and achievable. Try creating your own KPIs and see if you can measure the following. A. Is this KPI specific enough? Can it be measured? Can employees attain this? How relevant is it to the wider business objective? And lastly, when is it due to be delivered or carried out? An example KPI should be to increase sales figures by 25% compared to last year. This is both specific and measurable. So you want to increase sales figures by 25% compared to last year. So that means you already have a figure that we now want to increase by 25% within a 12-month period. Okay, so this is both measurable and specific, and reviewing your previous sales figures will allow you to determine whether or not it is attainable. Increasing sales is key for business growth, which will be an overall business objective, and comparing year on year makes it timely. Remember to evaluate both KPI results and the KPIs themselves on a regular basis and respond to the data accordingly. Okay? For example, if brand sales employees are struggling to meet the 15-minute average response KPI due to the volume of inquiries, perhaps it needs to consider increasing the number of staff per shift to meet the demand. This will ensure prospective customers remain happy when their inquiries are responded to quickly, as well as ensure its staff don't burn out. When it comes to setting goals and KPIs in your own business environment, ensure that they are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and have the forward thinking to help you achieve your long-term plan. Take some time now to think about the KPIs you will set and how you could measure this to get closer to your goals. Okay, let's check knowledge. Ryan has written some KPIs to help his fitness centers achieve the business goal of improving overall client satisfaction. Review these four KPIs. Which do you think fit the criteria of being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound? Ensure 80% of clients use the gym's online system to book personal training appointments. Okay, let's look at the question again. Review those four KPIs. Which do you think fit the criteria of being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound? Okay. Increase how much money customers spend in the gym's juice bar. This is not a smart goal because it doesn't give us a time frame to increase it. It does increase how much money. What were they spending before? We don't have an idea. Ensure 80% of clients use the gym's online system to book personal training systems. Ensure 80%, yes. Within what time frame? No time frame. A score of 85% or more in the annual survey. Okay, you see, 85% annual survey. That's a smart goal. Ensure 90% of new gym members book an induction session within the 2 weeks of joining. That's a smart goal. 90%, 2 weeks. It has a time frame. That's a smart goal. Okay, that's great. So we do the assessment and we complete module 4. What is the first step in creating an online business strategy? Identifying your business goals. What is the purpose of the See, Think, Do, Care framework? To help determine a marketing strategy to help a business understand the customer journey online. Okay. Why is optimizing customer touchpoints online beneficial for businesses? Why is optimizing customer touchpoints online beneficial for businesses? It allows brands to add pop-up ads at every point. It gives businesses the opportunity to save money. It provides customers with value every time they come in contact with your brand. Why is optimizing customer touchpoints online beneficial for business? It provides customers with value every time they come into contact with a brand, helping build trust. Okay? Once you've worked out your USP, how would you use it in a long-term online strategy? Incorporate it within marketing materials across all channels to raise customer awareness. Create an email campaign letting your customers know why you are unique. Film a video explaining your unique selling point and send it to employees. Create a press release and distribute it through your channels. I think the first one should be the correct answer. What type of information can KPIs provide? Audience segmentation, financial visibility, audience segmentation. Hopefully that should be the correct answers. Okay, something wrong somewhere. Try again. See the one that is not complete. Last one. What type of information can KPIs provide? Which of the options do you think KPIs will be able to provide? Long-term projections, financial viability, or decisions? Okay. Why is optimizing customer? So we are through with module 4. So we check our correct answers. Okay, we have answers correct. So we are through with module 4. So I'll be ending this particular video here. So I'll see you again in module 5. Thank you for joining me on this video. This video is brought to you again by Just Breed Digital Marketing Academy located in the city of Ibadan. Thank you so much for being a part of our training. Have a great day.